It was good, was good. It's your boy just Rico the Opinionist. I'm just chilling in one of these little parks in one of these shopping areas not far from where I live. Just on it's coming down, but it was a really pretty 72-degree day here in Dallas, Fort Worth. And I hope everybody else got a chance to pick it back when the sunshine. Trim my little twist here. Hold on. And tomorrow's tomorrow's going to be like 79 degrees. Awesome. And then Saturday is going to be like 55, and then Sunday get back up to 66, and we go back into, very nice kind of warm weather next week. But anyway, I was out here chilling, did a little shopping, just a little something while I was out. And let me tell you something. I just want to talk about black districts in my home city of Memphis, Tennessee, and the way they do politics there. All right, dear Memphis, and dear Black Dallas, and dear Black Detroit, and dear everywhere where there's majority blacks. You know, the way we vote is so immature. The way we handle politics is so immature. And particularly my home city, because I'm not really that involved in the politics here in Dallas-Fort Worth. When I moved here 14 years ago, I made it my mission not to get too involved in the politics here, because I was just so frustrated and aggravated by the way they do politics in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is about a 70% black. Everywhere you go, it's probably more than that, because everywhere you go, black folks everywhere. But you see these rundown neighborhoods all over the city. Whenever someone visits Memphis, they'll talk about the barbecue, they'll talk about Beale Street, but also as they're describing their visit to Memphis, they would always say, "Man, Memphis is like a big hood." There's some suburbs there, Germantown, Bartlett, and deep Cordova, Arlington, Oakland, rural towns that they've made into like subdivisions or whatever. But and blacks are all in the county. No, it's 70. We just black folks everywhere. But it's interesting. It's like Atlanta. You got all those blacks there, but they don't really run anything. They just got a lot of black faces managing and everywhere, but they don't really have any power. It's just like Memphis, Tennessee. And every election cycle, they find the black politicians there, the black people run for office. Two things always happen. They try to jump on a national or local tragedy as their campaign slogan or campaign promise of, "We're going to fight crime, we're going to fight poverty," and then women and children. Nothing for black boys, nothing for black men, but we're going to fight crime, we're going to fight poverty, and women and children, single mothers and children. That's across. Go to every black district. Those are the only things they talk about: crime, poor people, poverty, and black single mothers and children. As if black boys and black men are not part of the district. And I'm always cautioning black men, when you hear these politicians, when they only mention you, when they only mention black men and black boys under the umbrella of criminal justice, don't vote for them. They have no interest in representing you. They want your vote, but they only care about a lot of these black politicians, especially the women. But they want to all they care about is what the going narrative is: LGBT, immigrants, Asians, or anybody, single mothers and poverty and children. But nothing for black men and black boys ever. So I don't vote for women politicians. I'm just here to tell you, because I've been paying attention to the politics, particularly in the Democratic sector, for the past since Obama, 2008, 2012. Yeah, 2008, 12, all the way to 2016. Nothing for black boys and black men. And Memphis, Tennessee is no different. They jumped on the dead rapper Young Dolph thing, so now they came out the woodworks to try to do something to catch the emotional surge of the rapper who was unfortunately slain there in Memphis. But Negro politicians, the black ones, came out of nowhere. They named the street and put together a memorial, anything to get the emotionalism. They never come out with any real issues. And then you have in our city, let me know if you can identify with it. In Dallas and Detroit and Miami, wherever, you got a black district. The same people run over and over and over and over again. And then the citizens of Memphis vote for the same people over and over and over again. And when those folks get too old to run, then they run their children. Then their children run over and over and over again. At first, I used to be against term limits. I did. I said, why it's got to be term limits? If it's somebody that the people want to vote for and they're doing a great job, they can vote them if they want to, but that's never the case when you put these black Democrats or the Democrats in there. It's never the case. Never the case. And I challenge anybody to try to debate me on what black Democrats do for black districts. All you have to do is go to your district. Go to one of those inner city hoods that we were talking about and go find out who the representative is. It's usually a black Democrat or a white liberal Democrat. And then you go to that beautiful suburb where you live in. Yeah, when you like the only black family, or it's about 5 black families in about a 10-mile radius of each other. I guarantee that beautiful neighborhood where you sent your kids, those beautiful schools, and a low crime rate or little or no crime rate, I guarantee it's a Republican or conservative district. Just hit me in the chat and let me know. Rico, you're right. My representative in my suburb is a conservative. And so Memphis has a real deep problem with understanding how politics work. I'm not pushing Republican over Democrat, conservative or liberal. What I'm pushing is to black Memphis and black districts across America, push for the best person who has your interests at heart. See, I can name a lot of issues for black men, but black men don't really know what their issues are. And they go through them every day. Criminal justice reform is our issue as black men. Child support is our issue as black men. Unemployment is an issue. Undereducation is our issue, meaning the funding for our districts for the school. Those are black male issues. But they don't step up to the plate to stand up for black men and black boys. So they leave it up to the women and these effeminate kind of dudes, a lot of them in fraternities, little soft kind of cats with those tight ass suits. The one that the old black ladies love to hear. Oh, he's so smart. He's so articulate. He's so well mannered. He's so educated. No, old black women like those little feminine little dudes. Most of them are Democrats. If you look at conservative, you don't see effeminate conservative white guys. You don't see them. And conservatives, one thing about them that you cannot argue with is whenever they talk about family, nuclear family, mother, father, child, not mother, father, white mother, black dad. They don't do all that. They say mother and father in a heterosexual masculine sense of the word, in the traditional sense that we enjoyed as a race before 1965. But now that stuff is all jumbled up. Black dudes don't have any fathers. Some black dudes are growing up with a mama who got a stud girlfriend. Oh, it's ridiculous in the black community. Under this Democratic influence or liberal influence. So black Memphis and black districts. Let me talk to black Memphis for a minute. Now I keep saying black Memphis because it got some white folks. You got Asians. You have all the people there. But they're not having those problems. The black sections of Memphis, which is all around the city, are having a lot of economic and educational problems because they don't have any political leadership. I mean, even in Nashville, where the politicians are, they're kicking their ass in that state house. All the black politicians want to, we know where they put their effort in. One of them, one black female politician out of Tennessee, out of Memphis, she was talking about something for women in babysitting or child care in the fucking state legislature. And she's the same female that pushed with a lot of other those Negro Democratic politicians come out of Memphis. Instead of pushing for economic empowerment, educational empowerment, infrastructure, they go to Nashville to use their time to fight about a goddamn, not even a statue, but a bust of Nathan Bedford Forrest sitting in the State House. Who gives a shinola? That's what black politicians are. They worry about the easy stuff. They don't do anything tangible. Now they talk a good game on the campaign trail, but once they get in there in Memphis, they sit in those offices, and those people continue to vote them in based on name recognition, not based on experience. I know a lot of us are familiar with that if you live in a black neighborhood, wherever you are. And I'm going to go back to term limits. I used to be against it, but now it's necessary because black voters don't seem to have the intelligence or the intellectual fortitude to actually vote on politicians based on their needs in their districts. They don't seem to do it. You give them a good hallelujah song, and you can, you're pretty good. Your oration skills are kind of like, akin to Dr. King. You get them all emotional, and they come out and vote. They don't vote on tangibles. They don't demand tangibles from these black politicians. They don't. They just go by name recognition or who goes to whose church. This is Memphis. I've been there all my life. I moved away at age 37. So I have a pretty good grasp on how black Memphis votes and how it operates, how it thinks. There are some people there who are trying to make it better, but for those of you who are trying to be different in Memphis, it's too many hood folks in there. Too many people who are still have kind of like grits between their ears for you to try to make an impact. Because a lot of men don't vote. And they like it like that. They like it when men across the country, particularly in Memphis, they love it when our young people are hooked on rap music, the murder rap. They love it when they're hooked on blunts and cocaine and pills. They love it. Because see, when all our young people are trying to quote all of the Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, Moneybagg Yo, all of the rappers' lyrics, they're not interested in trying to change the landscape of their hood by getting the politics in order. See, when you got young people always thinking about belt buckle and below, they don't have to worry about them standing up for anybody. If you're worrying about them laying in the bed all the time, got them concentrating on laying in the bed, you don't have to worry about them standing up for anything. And that's a lot of the youth in Memphis, particularly black male youth. They got them all entangled up in 201 Poplar and enthralled in probation and felonies, and then you got juvenile court just snatching up the little black dude and little black children. It's interesting. Memphis has a lot of different groups there, but you go to 201 Poplar, you think that only black people live there. You go to juvenile court system at 919 Adams Street in Memphis. You go down there, 900 Adams or whatever it is. You think that only black kids. You don't see any other kids down there. So what is the purpose of voting for these black politicians when they continue to do the bidding of others? It's the weirdest thing. And what I don't understand is why people don't stand up just in droves in Memphis and in black Dallas and in black Detroit and black Baltimore. Why don't they stand up and tell these black Democrats, these black liberal Democrats, we're tired of voting for y'all. We're not voting for y'all anymore. We're going to try something different. Y'all talk about libertarians. You talk about the Green Party. You talk about the Republican Party. But we can't go any more wrong than vote for y'all behinds. So black Memphis, y'all stop selling each other out. Let me give you all an example. We have two people running for governor in my hometown. You got a woman who's running, and we got a young man on the city council running. And what's his name? JB Smiley, and the other lady, what's her name? Who's running for governor. Now these people probably didn't even get voted class president in high school. They're trying to come out of Memphis. Now they bypassed all the local elections like school board, city council, Shelby County Commission. They're going straight for governor. Memphis is a heavily Republican state. And it's a very white state. All the blackness is when you come toward Jackson, Tennessee, and Memphis. And they don't even, let me tell you something. Well, I know this stuff is on purpose. It has to be. When I listen to some of her platform, all she's talking about is to women. Not all, but on Facebook, she's talking about women. Carlita Atwater, yeah. She's talking about women. Like men don't vote. They do vote, but not in large numbers. But you need all the votes, right? So you don't need, not on the campaign trail. You know, talk about ladies this and women this. We need black women and women. And I'll tell the guys, don't pay that lady any attention because she's not addressing you at all. And then you got this little zealous young guy, J.B. Smiley there in Memphis. He's one of them. He was also one of those guys, one of those black city council persons, along with the city council person for District 7. My district now. Now, she just got elected, last year, and the first thing she want to do that she considers to be major, and him and a few others, is to try to name a street where the jail is Black Lives Matter Way. These are your black politicians. A lot of them are black Greeks, too. Y'all need to do the history on that with my man Steve Coakley talked to us about who they are and what their purpose is. You could say, Rico, don't come out and don't get so down on the black Greeks. Well, they have a history of sabotage in the black race. They do. Y'all want to give me a hit to let y'all know? All right. When black people were talking about freedom, let's see, who was that? Marcus Garvey was talking about freedom. A black alpha, a biracial alpha by the name of W.B. Du Bois sabotaged his Back to Africa movement. When Dr. King even though he was an alpha, but another black Greek sabotaged what he was trying to do. And a member of Omega Psi Phi, Jesse Jackson, allegedly, reportedly, sabotaged Dr. King when he started talking more about reparations and all of that. And also, Jesse Jackson was hating on Minister Farrakhan. They got together, but just keep the history going. Whenever a black activist, a real one, a scholar, African-centered one, is saying we need to be independent, we need to get away from this system, and they always send out a Boule or a black Greek to be the counter conversation to freedom. Just read the history. It's not me hating on them. And I have a lot of people I know who are part of these Greek-led organizations. I know they joined because it was a cool thing to do in college. I know it. I explained to them then, and 30 years later, I hope they understand now. So I don't knock them, but we're going to have to read up on stuff before we start joining things. I'll tell any young man, if you ever came to me and said, hey, Mr. Rico, you think I should join this Greek-led organization? I said, well, as long as you join it for what you know what it's good for in college, it gets you the top-notch coochie on campus. Get you a little popularity, especially if you don't have any personality on your own. Yeah, you go ahead and pledge. But don't you dare pledge and lie like you're here for the black race. That's not why y'all were created in the first place. But enjoy it on the college campus. You have the bangingest party, all the women trying to bang you, and boom. Yeah, young brother, go ahead and do it. But please, don't come out here pretending that you're here for the betterment of the black race. That's not why you people were, that organization was created. So it's always these black Greeks and black gays. Yes, some of them are the same people. They're representing black people. Always. Just ask them. Ask them. Just with their own campaign trail. Ask them. They'll tell you. Or you can look at the little dudes and look at these women. A lot of them don't have husbands. Strong shoulders. Hard neck with weave. Talking crazy. They don't have no man. Never had one. Check these chicks out. Listen to their politics. That's why they're so LGBT oriented when they get elected. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's not me hating, just me using my little small platform to shed light on why the black community keeps losing politically. Because we have not matured enough to understand that all politics is for us, not just democratic. Liberal, if there's a liberal that wants to actually be for the black family and economic empowerment and educational improvements and reparations, let's bring them on. Or bring her on. But I know I'm never voting for no female politician unless she is a black conservative or white woman conservative. Not that old mean ass Marsha Blackburn, not her, out of East Tennessee, not her. That lady's terrible. But you know what I'm saying? If she's not a black conservative female, not the real goofy ones and retarded ones, because we had those in Memphis. They're not on the national scene. They're kind of slow. But when I hear the politicians speak, if they don't speak about trying to change the child support system, make it 50-50, or get rid of it altogether, don't vote for them men. And women, y'all shouldn't vote for it either if y'all interested in having a black family. But we know based on the numbers of all these black children born out of wedlock, black women, for the most part, are not interested in having a black family. They're not. Because if they did, they'd make sure they had a husband before they had all these bastard kids out of wedlock. It is what it is. Don't hate the messenger. Just understand what I've observed, what you know. And so, Black Memphis, stop running people in races. Well, you know, you got three black candidates. You got, let's say somebody run for mayor or city council seat, but all of a sudden a non-black gets in and four of y'all decide that y'all want to run. And of course, y'all know that splits the vote. So the thing is, they get paid. These Negroes get paid by outside entities to split the vote so another can get in the seat. You say, Rico, what does it matter if there's race or not? What difference does it make the race of the candidate? Well, I'm still about black unity and black cohesion. I am about that. But I'm not going to not ignore what Memphis has done even since I was a little kid in Memphis. They were doing pretty well in the 80s. It wasn't until the late 90s that they started kind of messing up. All the strong fighters in Memphis politics, they got old or they died out. You got these new millennials, these zillennial Negroes who are just easily bought off. All they want to do is have the position and say, yeah, this state representative, oh, this city councilman, or this school board. But they don't do jack. They don't do jack. So, Black Memphis, get it together. Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this for them, because y'all know who should be what, but it's got people in there just because of name recognition. The black politicians, when they run for office in Memphis, all they do is try to buy as many signs as they can. And it's so sick in Memphis that you could be the best person, but you know what they say? He doesn't have any money to run. He doesn't have enough money. He needs some money. But if y'all say y'all won't change, it doesn't matter if the person has money or not. You know you're tired. You are tired of what's in there now, correct? My hometown. It is what it is. And look around these black cities and look how run down and crime riddled they are. I know, where Rico, you know, them folks put the crack in the neighborhood. Rico, they purposely do this, blah, 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 blah. I heard it all. I've said it all, and I'm tired of it all. Trust me, I have the books. I've met the authors. I've gotten pictures and autographs. I've sat in on the workshops and on the panels. I'm over it. We've been talking about white supremacy, hell, for 100 years. And nobody's budged. Everybody who's tried to make a dent in it, we know we understand the white supremacists will come out there, but we got black folks. No, don't do it like that. The spirit of W.E.B. Du Bois hits these Negroes. No, we's good, law-abiding black folks. We's trying to take care of our family. You don't have no family. Ain't nothing but a woman and children there. And the men on child support. That ain't no goddamn family. But we're going to have to do better. Black Memphis, you got to do better. Stop all this. One thing I noticed in Memphis about the Republican Party, every time they have a Republican, they have the Democratic National Committee there, Democratic, Shelby County Democratic Commission, or Democratic whatever, and they have Republican. One thing about the Republican part is that they always had a young person, a young man, and leadership there. In Memphis, you got old fuckers like a Chisholm, and you got an 80 and 90-year-old black still will not give up the office. And you don't have too many black folks that want to challenge them, because a lot of young men are like trying to rap or do other stuff or leaving Memphis. And so they get the little bought off, paid for, I call leadership Memphis, little young black dudes and black females that come out of there, and they start having some young ones there, but they don't have the stuff. They don't have the stuff of Malcolm. A lot of those women don't have the stuff of Ida B. Wells. A lot of these young men don't have the stuff of Nat Turner, the stuff of Marcus Garvey. They don't have the stuff of Dr. Claude Anderson. They don't have that. They're just a bunch of, yes, I take that off. Well, that can be done. They have, softy cats, as I call them. Fred Sanford used to do this, and a lot of those kind of cats in Memphis. I'm telling you, softer than Charmin tissue, sweeter than honey out of sap out of an old tree in a black person's neighborhood. Just softy dudes in that city. It's weird. But yeah, we're gonna have to do better. Y'all stop putting all these people in one race when y'all want the candidate. Uh, have a black convention or something and pick what's called candidates to run each race and everybody support them. That's why I'm saying Memphis is so politically immature. A lot of majority black cities and districts are so politically immature. Y'all let CNN tell y'all who to vote for. Let CNN give you the issues when you live every day in the damn issues. You live every day in the crime and the poor performing schools, but you gonna let CNN tell you to worry about. They need to fund the police. They need to do this. But you live right there. You can't articulate what's going on in your neighborhood to the person who's trying to get your vote every 2 and 4 years. All they get black folks worried about is who the president is. While the local politicians are kicking their, in words of Kwame Brown's, kicking their drawers up their ass. You know, city council, school board, Shelby County commissioner. Those are the folks who are kicking black folks in their ass across this country, not who's president. Yeah, the president has his place, but your local politicians are kicking you in your ass wherever you are. And look at your neighborhoods, y'all. Keep voting these black Democrats. And I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm an independent. I'm an independent. So what I do, I look around to see who benefits me more as a heterosexual masculine man. That's why, because I don't have any children. I don't have a wife. So I go what benefits me. So my stuff is economic and education. Well, I've gotten my education. I have a master's degree and stuff. But economic, what economic opportunities? I'm out there trying to create my own, but also what a little money that they give to all the other districts. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to belabor just how, because y'all know in Memphis how sorry they are. They're sorry. Where these people come from? But they don't even try to fight for like an economic package on a state or local level like those other districts. Inside of Memphis can look just like Bartlett, can have the same low crime, can have the same suburban look like where I live. Inside of North Memphis, South Memphis, Whitehaven, Weaver Road, it can look just like that. But your local politicians, either they're ignorant or inexperienced or they're unable to procure the funding packages to make it look like Germantown. Because it's possible. Y'all get a Republican in y'all district, you'll see what they're talking about. And the system might be set up for them. Yeah, I'm aware of all of that. But something's going to have to be done. So where is it? We can talk about the system of racism and white supremacy all day long, but we're going to have to grab some, point some fingers at who's looking right at us and lying to us. That is that black politician. They need to tell you, look, I can't do it. I can't do it. So you need to move to the side and get somebody who can. It's that simple. Your vote is your power. And then people say, well, if you put them up there, you need to hold them accountable. That's right. Then some people say, well, you need to make sure that your politician, you got to fund your politician. You don't have to fund anybody. Because if I were elected to something, I already have the black agenda in my head. How come y'all have to fund your Democratic politician? You don't have to fund them if they know what they're supposed to do. If they have the black agenda in their head, they don't have to fund them. Because the love of their people will make them do the work. You understand? All right. Let me go on to Joe Rogan really quickly. Joe Rogan, y'all know who that is. He got this podcast. He was recently called out, but he wasn't canceled. Called out by Neil Diamond. No, the Caucasians called him out first, I guess, for his use of the N-word and making a Planet of the Apes comparison to a bunch of black folks in the Philadelphia movie theater. And then NDRE came on board and said, no, I'm going to move my music too. I don't like that. But I just read recently that NDRE is kind of forgiving him. And a lot of black celebrities came out and forgave him and made excuses for him and all of that. I'm like, wow, you can't get nothing started. Whoopi Goldberg told the truth, and it was very harmless truth, and she was suspended. Those Jews don't play. How come we still play and let everybody call us the N-word? How come we want to bring up, well, black people call us that, and so, no, they ain't got nothing to do with that. And guess what? The CEO of Spotify stood behind him. Now. I also did some more reading, some more research. Do y'all remember Joe Rogan was talking about the vax and they all got on his ass? See, Joe Rogan is catching that heat. Because Joe Rogan signed a $100 million distribution deal with Spotify for his podcast. Very popular. He has millions of listeners. And see, it's about money, and black people don't even understand how this stuff works. And Joe Rogan, it's really like Whoopi Goldberg said about Jews, it's a white on white thing. This is a white on white thing with Joe Rogan. But they just pull black people in the mix. Like he insulted us. Don't y'all know, don't nobody give a damn about insulting black people. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They'll take out a few. But when someone insults any other group, they get taken out. Not only taken out, shout out to Nick Cannon and Whoopi Goldberg, but they get paraded in front of us with their pants down around their ankles. Joe Rogan ain't missed a show. He did that. It wasn't even an apology he did. He explained and did compare and contrast. So anyway, y'all, my thought on it is, y'all, we got to become more mature. We're so busy trying to see what black person is too black or too anti. You need to listen to them. Because these are the people that get you more intelligent. Our Dr. John Henry Clark, our Dr. Ben Yakahana, our Dr. Claude Anderson, who's still with us. He's in his mid-80s. Getting closer to 90. Still trying to teach us. See, that kind of stuff. No, yeah, Joe Rogan, kicked off and all of that, but it's about him. Really, they're using black people to try to drum up enough support to make him come to his knees for what he said about that vax. That debate he was having with Dr. Oz, I think. Yeah, Dr. Oz looking crazy and mean. Dr. Oz just stopped talking. Go check that out. That's what this really about, y'all. So don't let them think that we got power to get some white man shut down. If it's somebody they want, they're not gonna take them out. And if they do, they can let them go a weekend and bring them back in a higher position. Shout out to the black Professor Black Thought. That's just how it is. And we're gonna have to become more mature in this country. We're gonna continue to be here, and we're gonna continue to present ourselves like we got so much good sense, but we can't see when we're being manipulated. Same way, you know, when they want to take a black celebrity out, they go out and they go get the women and try and drum them up. They start with the feminists and the lesbians. Like, who cares what they think about sexual assault? Y'all ain't, please. No, I'm just going to move on. Don't get me started talking about them damn feminists and lesbians. Can't stand them. LGBT, oh my God. They are no good for our race. They're bought off and paid off. Black Lives Matter should have told y'all that. They done bought all kinds of property in white neighborhoods. Isn't that amazing? The white man is this, and patriarchy, white patriarchy. And all of them, all of the lesbian leaders of Black Lesbian Matter got white girlfriend. One of them got a mixed one. The other one got a butch white wife. I don't know, and I think the other one got a little white girlfriend. And they all moved into white neighborhoods. But they had hundreds and thousands of black people. White men, they're evil, they're dirty. See how we get emotionally manipulated so easily? Because we won't read what the scholars wrote. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing tried to teach us. Dr. John Henry Clark tried to teach us. Dr. Claude Anderson's trying to teach us. I mean, they're here. Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Naeem Akbar. I can go on and on with the scholars, but we won't read them. The masses of us. Now, some of us are, but the masses of us, the people in the hood need to read. It wouldn't be such a hood if y'all read something, people live in the black ghettos. Wouldn't be so bad if y'all read something other than these, whatever saying on these dumbass Snapchats and these blogs. But anyway, it's getting dark. Or it's gotten dark. That damn restaurant back there, that Mexican restaurant is popping. I may take my ass up in there and grab something. Anyway, y'all be cool. We'll talk in the future. Hit me on that Cash App, that PayPal. We'll talk. Talk to y'all later. Peace.